Bottom of the league a few weeks ago, Kilmarnock have now taken their place in the top six, with Connor Salmon again among the goals. Aberdeen's season is in serious decline. Conceding free kicks around the penalty box isn't smart when Killie playmaker Alexei Yeryomenko is around. That was ill-judged from Gerald Eiffel. He got a bit of the ball but went through Salmon to get there. Yeryomenko can do great things with a set piece, but Jamie Langfield should have held it or put it round the post rather than set up Salmon for the opening goal. He's scored in 6 successive games now, the best for Kilmarnock since Chris Boyd 5 years ago. Delight at Salmon's 14th goal of the season. Despair for Langfield, who stopped Xander Diamond scoring an own goal, then saw the ball go in off Kilmarnock's top scorer. Since winning their first 2 games of the season, Aberdeen have added only 4 SPL points out of a possible 39. They're a team drastically down in confidence, amply demonstrated by Andy Considine. 6 minutes into the second half, any hopes of an Aberdeen comeback were ended. Faroese teenager Haller Hansen lost possession and Craig Bryson set Salmon off on the counter-attack. Tempted though he was to go for his 15th goal of the season, he picked out Yeryomenko, who made the most of Langfield's decision to dive at his feet. Israeli ref Eli Hackman pointed to the spot and booked the Aberdeen goalkeeper. He had a point to his protest, Langfield, but he would have to admit he was outsmarted by Yeryomenko. And Aberdeen weren't coming back from 1 goal down, far less 2. Jamie Hamill tapped in his 6th goal of the campaign. 2-0 Kilmarnock, and even that early in the match, game over. There was to be no more punishment for Aberdeen. They've taken enough of late. The home team certainly had enough of the ball to have done more damage. This was Hamill and Yeryomenko working an opening for Liam Kelly, who knocked an inviting ball into the box. No takers for a delivery into a good area. Mark McGee's team were being run ragged by one of the most impressive sides in the SPL at the moment. Yeryomenko's disguised pass offered Salmon another sighting of the target. He turned away from Diamond and forced a good save from Langfield. 8 goals in this 6-game scoring spell, and that could so easily have been number 9. Aberdeen defender Diamond scored for St Johnstone the previous weekend, and he was almost in the wrong place at the wrong time here. Ben Gordon to Mehdi Taoul, and the Moroccan shot came off Diamond and went just wide. Another demoralising defeat for Aberdeen, a win that lifts Kilmarnock into the top 6. Maltese referee Christian Lautier was the man in the middle for the goalless draw between Hibs and St Johnstone at Easter Road. An own goal is the only time the Perth Saints have found the net in their last 6 games. Hibs had scored 7 times in their last 3 prior to this one, but found the finishing touch hard to come by. Jonathan Ground's cross headed away by Michael Dewberry, and Edwin de Graaf had the first serious shot at goal. Although it wasn't that serious. This would have to go down as a pretty comfortable stop for St Johnstone keeper Peter Enkelman. That was the highlight of the first half, 0-0 after 45 minutes. Into the second half, and here's what you call a chance to score. The way this game was going, 1 goal was going to be enough. Francis Dicko missed Cleveland Taylor's cross completely, and Colin Samuel missed a sitter. Hibs goalkeeper Mark Brown couldn't believe his luck as the ball bounced gently into his gloves. Horrible defending from Hibs, and it should have been punished. Then it was the Danny Granger and Sam Parkin show, a succession of free kicks aimed at St Johnstone's top scorer. He failed to make contact with that one. So did keeper Brown, who must have breathed a big sigh of relief after failing to get hold of a decent delivery. A set piece from the other side this time. Parkin did get on the end of it, but came nowhere near to hitting the target. A look of exasperation on his face, realising he'd passed up a chance of making the breakthrough. And just for a change, Granger to Parkin one more time, and for a bit of variety, it's into the side netting for this header. The former Walsall striker was beginning to realise he could be there all day and failed to find the net. No goals at Easter Road.